Hello, my good people of the interweb. Yes, I'm still here. I'm still around, and I'm still busy. Real Cloud. Sometimes I swear you do more harm than good. Anyway, yes, I'm here at my home base on the internet, namely my channel, and I lost a bit of subscribers, but that's nothing much to really realize that. Like, oh, I lost about 3 or 4 subscribers. No big deal. People come and go. They get tired of your material. More people will show up, and you know how that's how it is. Anyway, since I hadn't done this in a good while, and I do mean a very, very, very good while, it's the end of the year, or almost the end of the year. I'm currently working on new projects. I'm still working on old projects, and I'm still trying to get them all knocked out the way. Now, this is also an update video because my last update, since it was on camera, it only meant one thing, and that's limited time. Since I'm on here, I don't really have limited time, and I can speak more about the things that are going to change as far as channels and how I do things. Okay, first off, so you know, I saw an anime not too long not too long ago, about last week, and the guy you see there in this picture right here, his name is actually called Momotaro. It's from an old anime which has a live action version of it. It's called Men's Charge. I think it's in Japanese. It's Otoko Juku Sakigake, which is called Men's Charge. Men's Charge Cram School, I believe that's what it's called, or otherwise dubbed as Samurai School, because it's basically a all boys school, and most of them are just like teenagers and whatnot. I haven't seen the series, so therefore, yeah. I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm pretty sure once they do, I'm probably gonna find it on GoGo Anime or GoodAnime.net. I frequent both of them, so you know, whichever has that verse, because I know Crunchyroll is not going to really hook up old anime like they did years in years past. But that's neither here and there. Anyway, yeah, I had to show you that. I'm pretty much going to possibly change it. And if you can't see my I know you can't see my cursor, but I'm pretty much going to change this background as well. To what? I don't know. Maybe Gatchaman or 009 or something. I don't know. Because I know I had this far too long and it really doesn't need change. Maybe I might put some tokusatsu in there. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. Anyway, right here. Right here. Yes, right here. As I said, this is a shout out video. And I want to take the time for the people who actually made themselves part of my channel because they're really close friends. Really, really close friends. Probably the best support I can come up with in any other time. And plus, well, we do provide commentary for each version of our own videos sometimes, except for a few people who who aren't in the group but per se, but they do still provide support. So yeah, over here as you see, these are my favorite LPers and or gamers. And the first on top, I will probably say that he's a spin-off channel. He's a spin-off channel based off of what Ryu and I do on our own individual channels. Of course, he's more aligned to what Ryu does, which he does mainly playthroughs, whereas me, I'm a Let's Player. But we're both gamers nonetheless. The first one is Deluxe. Yes, Deluxe is, like I said, he's sort of a spin-off of both Ryu and my channels, respectively. Because he does the same thing I do. Underrated games that fall off the radar, or that nobody has ever heard of. Thing is, I do more than just, games. I do series and whatnot, with my reviews and everything. I cover a lot of old series, new series, and everything else, whether it be books, shows, anime, you name it. You name it, I do it. So yes, Deluxe, go check out his channel. Because he does some fine work. He does some interesting games that I frequent watching him doing every time he posts something. His current playthrough is that of Xanadu Next. So it's that of a Falcon game. So if you like Ys, if you like Sora no Kiseki, which is Trails in the Sky, you might like that. You might like that. So go take a look at his channel, subscribe to him, check him out, and if you can, leave him a comment. He does welcome comments. He does welcome feedback. Just don't be nasty about it. That's all I have to say. And of course, I have to do this because they're my crew, and really, they work hard. They work just as hard as I do. That I'm talking about the company of Random Co-op, or better known as the RCO. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who the RCO is, we have Sheena Marie Bach, in which she's on a Pokemon kick right now, and her current video is that of her favorite top 10 Pokemon. So if you are a Pokemon fan, go check out her channel. She has more than just Pokemon. She does a little bit of anything. Recently she did, I think the last video that she did post was a Puyo Puyo video. So if you like Puyo Puyo, Silent Hill, a bit of wrestling or anything like that, go check out her channel. Really, it's worth checking out. So she does She does quite a bit of stuff with my assistance. But, yeah, please do check out her channels. If it's worth checking out. Secondly, we have Snorlag, who basically is, oh, wrong channel. Yeah, Snorlag hasn't been doing much as of late, and I do mean really hasn't been doing much of late. And, mine just, it's 3 in the morning I'm doing this, so. My girlfriend's been under weather, so she has been sleeping a lot. We haven't been talking much, but, you know, when we do, she's usually very talkative. I'm usually on the quiet end and just nod my head and just say, mm-hmm. So yes, the last video he did was January 4th, 2014. That was the last video he has. This man needs some help. He's a good friend of ours, but man, he needs some help. The last thing I heard from him, he's feeling kind of down, and really, man, really, dude, you need to get your tail back on Steam. I said, whenever you get yourself a working computer, get your ass back on Steam. You're already on Skype. All you need is a mic. And, I don't know, join us in a game or something. You know, cheer up, you know, that's all I gotta say. And, you know, just have fun. That's what we do. That's what we do that's what we do here in RCO. We have fun, usually. And then in the number 4 slot, Ryu from Breath of Fire. He has just finished Castlevania Lords of Shadow last night. And I was there providing side commentary along with for a time Big Fatty Plus. And all we were doing was we were just talking shit about much of the game and everything else. So, yeah. This game, quote unquote, is Konami's answer to Tomb Raider at some point in time. And let me extend what I tried to say last night about Lords of Shadow. For new continuity purposes, the story feels so freaking convoluted. I'm sorry, but it's like, Gabe Belmont, what the fuck happened to you? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yes. And, of course, we have, of course, the ambitious squirrel himself, a Big Fatty Plus, who is still posting some highlights of what we did in Payday 2, and I think that's about whatever we done in the past. He streams every Saturday, or if not every Saturday, every other Saturday. And of course, he's one of those people who have a collection of those kind of games that make you say, huh, and then you end up watching because it's just like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Once you look, you cannot unlook. You are part of the experiment, so therefore, yeah, you're stuck with it. That's what his games are. That's what he does in his Let's Plays. He does some weird and wacky shit. But oftentimes that weird and wacky shit is what gets us through the day. So, yes, I had to say it big. I respect you for it. Love you, man. Even though you're crazy sometimes. And then we have underneath Magma WK, the resident pizza wizard of the RCO. And we don't know what the hell he's been doing since. He's been doing many things, many things. I think his latest Let's Play is that of Dungeon Magic for the NES. Oh, I think he's taking a break from it. He's doing a lot of weird. He does a lot of weird and often crazy stuff, but it's creative. It's mind-numbingly, beautifully, strangely, weirdly creative stuff. He does ROM hacks every so often, but my god, these ROM hacks are even weird that I had to say, the fuh. The fuh. Yeah, that's right. The fuh. I think the last video he actually posted was a ROM hack of pro wrestling. I still shake my head at that. A winner is not you. I can tell you that right now. A winner is not you. And then we have 40 Warrior. Now 40, ooh, banana arms. There, I said it. There you go, 40. I had to throw that one on you. There you go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Anyway, yeah, 40 just finished DK64, and let it be known, if you didn't catch that, that was a Kamen Rider joke, a Kamen Rider O's joke. So yes, we usually just get on 40's case because we often do. Because, well, he's cool people like that. Hey, look, I have Ghostline. I can live with that. Many other people have certain LPs that they are not so proud of. Mine just happened to be Ghostline. Yeah. As you can tell, oh, I forgot other people that I nearly forgot. I have 3 other people that I have to mention because I've known them since I've been on YouTube. Or at least some new people that, you know, one new person in particular I have to mention because I support her work too. So first off is Vice the Determined. Now, if you really want something different to the table, go to Vi's channel. Because he shows off the most interesting, and I do mean interesting games that you can ever find on his channel. Usually these games are something like what I do, which are, say, they're underrated. But the thing is, they're more underrated than the games I've ever run across through my exploits. So that is really saying something right there. So do go check out Vice the Determined's channel because he's one of the very few people I know on Facebook. And on top of that, well, he said some very... He has said some very nice things to me, something uplifting during my time, in which is what's going on in my family. And, really, man, thanks. No, really, man, thanks. because usually you need a little something to give you that extra push and just to let you know that, it's going to be okay. Really, man, really, thanks, man. What you said to me a couple of months back, thanks. I really appreciate it. So do check out Vice the Determined's channel, because he's like the next door neighbor of what I do as far as games go. But he shows off even some way out games that I've never heard of. And the gaming universe is that big, and you want to find every little less known game than you can, because it generates more awareness. And I also did promise to throw a shout out at her, because, well, she along with myself are one of the two shout outs that Vice did on his channel. And she's another female gamer that needs some exposure, because why not? Female gamers need just as much exposure. Yeah, can't even talk. Female gamers need just as much exposure as male gamers. It's a known fact, because female gamers are just as good, and possibly better, than some male gamers out there. I'm going to leave it at that. So yeah, go visit Vexy Vampire's channel, because she has some interesting stuff, and the last thing she did was her vlog. I think she's also doing Five Nights at Freddy's and Outlast. I think those are the only two projects she has going. Possibly more, but I can't tell. And of course, hi Retro Game Lord. You're talking about old school? This guy goes way back before my time, and pulls out something like Commodore 64, or let's see, the last thing he did, the Commodore VIC 20. I never heard of Commodore VIC 20, so I can tell you right then and there, he pulls out some stuff from old school PC, and I'm telling you, I respect that, because growing up, I was one of those kids who basically had a Texas Instruments computer. And at school, I played on an Apple IIc computer. And then growing up, when I was in high school, I still worked on an Apple. So I am slightly computer savvy, but, I mean, earlier, right around, I'd say 19 or so, I made a few websites for myself. The sad thing is, most of the websites that I know of, that I ever made, they do and do not exist anymore. The only ones I managed to save were my Dragoon stuff, like Star Neo, Castle Dragoon. Those were the only ones I actually worked on when I was in my old RPG clan, namely called Clan Dragoon. And of course, I am Lance Dragoon, same person from the book. Yeah, quite different, but yeah. So, before I end this video, to all the people that I made shoutouts to, keep on gaming and keep on rocking. That's all I'm going to say. Also, there are a few other people in my listing that aren't there, like Sir Flash. Sir Flash, of course, does reviews for shooters, and most of the shooters that I have, well, they're all thanks to him because he mentions these shooters and they pique my interest. Some are worth a video. Some are worth a video, and some are worth a let's play. I like to say, hey, I like doing both. If I play through it, if I'm good enough to play through it, then I'm going to just go for it. I don't like my Skype because it's usually like that. Anyway, so currently I'm going to show you the listing that I am going to be working on. Most of you will probably tell your friends or whatever, let them know. But here's what I'm currently working on right now. I'm going to scroll up to about right here, I think. Let me just do it. If I can just scroll. There we go. Okay, currently, this is what I'm working on right now. I'm working on this off camera, really. So I'm currently working on the following games. I'm working on Wild Arms for the PlayStation 1, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete for the PlayStation 1, Rocket Knight, which is on Steam, that which you have seen on Christmas Day. That is what I'm still working on. I'm also still working on Pokemon Heart Gold and Dragon Quest IX. Those are what's in that's what's in the current rotation right now. In the rest of the rotation, we still have Chronicles of Dark Glory Episode 1, Bahamut Lagoon, Cherry Tree High Comedy Club, Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends, Pac-Man, Ys Origin, and Lego Lord of the Rings are still in the rotation. And yeah, right there, that's my gamer tag for Xbox 360. So yeah, I had to do that, and of course, no, we don't have to do that. And like I said, I may be a gamer, which I can provide entertainment, but I'm no entertainer. I'm more gamer than entertainer. So that had to be said. I say this because the games that I show off are for entertainment purposes. It's not to show off it's not to show off my skill. It's also, a reason why I'm a Let's Player, because there are just certain games that I like to do that don't have to be, shall I say, popular, because everybody else does popular stuff. I don't like doing popular stuff. I like doing stuff that aren't really popular. So, on top of that, to those who have sent me some games, and I sent you some stuff. I sent you some games back in return on Steam. I have to say, domo arigato. Because when you do something like that, hopefully, you expect something nice in return. Thank you, Onion Spam, for sending me the said board game that me and Ryu tried last night, which was Talisman Digital Edition. Tabletop Simulator. I'm really hoping we actually do Tabletop Simulator, just for a bit of fun, and not just for just one game, because that one game gets really old really fast. So most likely that'll be in a rotation of the RCO. Because we need some some games that don't require too much. How should I say? Too much. It won't require too much derp on our end, and that certain derp can lead up to so many things that can go horribly, horribly wrong really fast. So another thing is about sending multiplayer games. What we should do is we should just have one night where we try it. We should just have a trial night in which if somebody sent us like say a board game, we should just have a trial night. Just to basically have a video of us playing together, and we're just shooting the breeze and whatnot, and then just share it. Just like we play 100% Oranges, we should just have you know a run of just board games. Just like we do a board game one night, and we do this another night, and we do, we just go back and forth, just flipping through certain games. We don't have to play most of the games that we play all the time. We need to give them a break sometimes, because sometimes we do get frustrated, we do get tired, and we don't want to deal with the most difficult games there are. And that much I can say is true. So, I mean, the games we have tried, some we just technically forget. Oh, it's there. Oh, yeah, that's there. Some are free to play, some we have to pay for, but still, it's like most of the games we play as a group usually ends up being four of us, namely myself, Ryu, Big, and Mag. Sometimes Sheena would join, and which is all right. There's nothing bad about it. Just we need just a little bit more. I feel because we have all these people. We have all these people in our group. We need something a little more balanced, and of course to what I could say. Nobody would feel bored after playing it. Because the thing is, you want to play a game which you just want to have fun with. And, equal fun for everyone. That's what I'm saying. So, that in itself is always a challenge to us within our group of random co-op. So, we're still working on it. We're still working on trying to find a decent game so we can both play. We can all play and benefit, whether we cycle through players or anything like that, or possibly everybody on the same game or whatnot. As long as nobody's flipping the table or whatnot, that sort of thing. But yeah. Usually, I like to think that after all this, honestly, after everything that's been going on this year, I can say that I'm glad that this year is just about done. And by next week, you will see the start of 2 new Let's Plays, which are Wild Arms and Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. So, I will have more I will have more videos. So until then, there'll be some Rocket Knight and assorted videos for your leisure until 2015 comes, which is around the corner next week. But yeah, I know this shout-out video is a little bit lengthy, but that's okay. Sometimes you need a little bit length to go a long way, especially with people that have supported you along the way, regardless of where the location is. As long as you know you got people covering your backside and standing beside you, it's gonna be okay. So I will continue to believe that. Also, before I close out this video, let me see, what did I do? Yes, here's my blog, and, for those who want to know, it's pookieizzy7.weebly.com. I will usually try to keep things updated as much as I can. And yeah, even though there's a lack of videos coming from LSD and everything else, you have to understand that my life has been pretty damn busy. I haven't found time to do any more LSD videos, and when I do, I'm still going to continue the challenge, the 30-day challenge. Even if I had to skim through a couple of days, let it be known I'm still doing the LSD 30-day challenge, as well as there being the top 10 horror anime of all time. Aside from that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And, of course, to those I have shouted out to, keep on keeping on. And please don't stop gaming, no matter what. So until then, on whatever the hell I feel like doing, this is the Tenkai. This is your friendly Yeah, I messed that up so bad. I'm so sorry. This is your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, your hero among gamers and otaku, greeting you a very happy holiday and a prosperous new year. So until then, I'll see you whenever I see you, which is next week in 2015. Till then, take care, God bless, be safe out there, and Tenkai Muso!